Are you having fun yet? Where's your school at? Okay, but where's that? Oh, where's that? Oh, okay. Well, I'm from Utah. So, you say Mariposa. That's like me saying, well, you asked me where I'm from. I say I'm from Logan. Does that make sense? Where's Logan? Oh, it's all right, some really, really nice work. First thing I want you to do, look at your director over here. He has done 2 beautiful arrangements that work for your band. Have you told him thank you? Do you know how many hours he put into that? Probably with no compensation. Did you get paid for that?
No.
Okay, can we give him a hand? Because honestly, I have a student come to me and say, Mr. Hendricks, I've lost my part to this piece, and it's the only one we have. And I get frustrated sitting down with Finale just to recreate a part for a kid, let alone write an entire arrangement of something so that it works for this instrumentation, it works for this band. That's really, really outstanding. I think you need to make sure you recognize the great work he's doing for you guys and the things that he's making happen. Now, let me talk about a couple of things I really like. Then I'm going to talk about a couple of things I think we can work on. Sound good? Okay. You guys have something that you do that we rarely hear in high school programs. You understand the concept of nuance. Now, does anybody know what nuance is? Huh? Small details, the little things. Okay? To me, it's, I see a half note. What am I going to do with that half note? Play it to full value. Good. What else? Yes? I'm going to give it dynamic shape. Exactly. And almost every time you guys have a half note, a whole note, a couple of times you didn't. But almost every time you have a half note, a whole note or something, you're actually putting dynamic shape to those notes. You're not just saying, oh, half note. Bah! You're going half note. What's it supposed to be doing? What is the job of this half note? Is it crescendoing? Is it decrescendoing? Is it doing a little bit of both? And then the next thing, the next level, is to say, what is the purpose of this half note within the context of the entire ensemble? What's its job? Is it the melody? Is it a harmony? Is it supportive? Is it on top? Where is it supposed to be? And that, my friends, is the next level for you guys. Okay? Because you're doing a great job with the comprehension of what should be done with those notes. And you're giving the musical shape. Now, is that your fault or is that his fault? I think it's a combination. I always say, if my kids do great, I want to give them the credit. I want to say, you know what? My kids are fantastic and I'm so proud of them for what they've accomplished. But also it takes a little bit of being told once in a while. I don't conduct with a chair, so I'm going to set that down. And doing some things. Now, I want to just try a couple of things with you that I wonder if you've done. So, can I use your baton? Is that okay? Beautiful baton. Okay, would you turn in the Dvorak with me? And let's go to, hopefully I can find it. Okay, how many of you towards between measure 125 and 133 have this rhythm? Da, 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 da. Raise your hand if you have that rhythm. Okay? And I'm going to count to 3, and I want you to all play it wherever you have it. Okay? Doesn't matter where it is, I just want you to play it. 1, 2, 3. Now, did we all play it together? In other words, was it locked? I like to use the word synergized. Was it synergized? You know what synergy is? It's a really cool concept. 1 + 1 = 3.
Yeah.
If you think about it, how many things in the world where this by itself and this by itself are pretty good, but when I put them together, they're exponentially better. That's what synergy is. It's a really cool concept. Okay? So synergize. Lock your brains. 1, 2, 3. Dun, 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 dun. 1 and 2 again. Dun, 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 dun. 1 and 2 and 3. Now is it exactly together? Is everybody playing exactly the same rhythm? Let's hear the tuba. 1, 2, 3. Okay, now is he playing da 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 da, or is he playing more by da 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 da? Okay, so he's almost playing 2/16 and an eighth note as opposed to a triplet. Okay, let's hear the flute. 1, 2, 3. Did she go da 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 da, or did she go da 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 da? Okay, so what we're trying to do is get everybody to play exactly the same thing. Da 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 da. Think 4 lolly 1 and 4 lolly 1 and. Play it, all of you. 1 and 2 and 3. 4 lolly 1 and 1 and 2 and 3. We're still getting da 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 a little bit, rushing it just a little bit to the tuba. Say this with me. 4 lolly 1 and. And just play exactly that. 4 lolly 1 and 1 and 2 and 3. 4 lolly 1 and. Now if we can get everybody to do that together, because that happens over and over and over again, then we get the proverbial passing of the baton. It's like a relay race, if you're into track. Okay? It's like a relay. You know, the guy runs the 100, and he reaches out and hands the baton to the next guy who runs the next leg of the 100. But what happens if somebody drops the baton? Is there anybody who watched the Olympics and watched the 4x100? Oh, you need to sometime. It is the coolest thing. Okay? And they're going and they literally have to pass that baton. And if it's a bad baton pass, what happens? For those of you who have watched, they drop it, and the team's out. They might as well forget it. By the time you turn around, pick up the baton, the race is over. You're out of it. And that's how some of the best teams in the world don't even make it to the final, because they dropped the baton. So what we're looking for is to pass that off here. Okay? So let's take it at 133 with the pick. Where's the first? Actually, that's way too late. 125. Okay? Now let's listen for that. Dee da da, dee da dum, ba 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 bum bum. And then you're going to hear it all the way through as it gets handed on to each person. Okay? Here we go. This is 125. Dun 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 dun. 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 Okay, now, if you're working on this to really, really get better at it, you have to line up that so that everybody plays exactly the same rhythm. Dun 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 dun. Okay? Now, the next thing I wanted to work on, I'm getting the hook. Man. The next thing I wanted to talk to you about through this section of the piece, and I didn't address the sax as you go through that section. You're backing away, and in the process of backing away, you're letting the pitch sag. Okay, so keep things nice and firm, keep it supported, make sure that we're really, really listening and playing in tune. One other spot, as we get to measure 143. Now, I understand that the dynamic here is triple forte, but here's the next thing I wanted to talk to you about. I also understand that at measure 145, I've got a bunch of people playing a whole note, but I got a bunch of other people going bum, 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 bum. I want to hear that. I want to hear that. So let's take it at 139, and I'll get off stage, I promise. 139. Ready? I might go too fast here. When we get to 143, I want you to ask yourself at 145, am I hearing the melody? Does everybody know what the melody is? Okay, make sure you're listening for it. Here we go. In fact, let's just go right at 143. 143. That's everybody playing. Here we go. Bum, 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 and then who has it next? Who? Oh, these guys, okay. Okay, so let's hear just the melody right there. Okay? Start at 1:45. Just the melody. If you have the melody, play it. 1, 2, 3, and go. That's not the melody. You only have the melody for one bar. Remember that whole thing I was just telling you about passing the baton? Who has the melody in the next bar? Goes to the trumpets. Let's try it again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Ah, see? Now what's happening is like getting bum, 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 because you got a little brass section. It's like, we're good. Okay? But then they forget to hand it over to the trumpets and say, okay, it's your turn now. Okay? Let's do that one more time. No, I promise I'll get off stage. Here we go. 1:43. 1, 2, everyone. Everyone. Now let's see if we can hear bum, 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 bum. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, now you're trying to play it louder. You don't have to necessarily play it louder. We just need everybody else to kind of back away and make sure those things speak. Okay? I love to call this focused listening. Are you listening for the things that you need to be hearing at any given point during the time of the piece? Okay? Wow. Some great literature and some fun things listening to you guys. And you live by Yosemite National Park.
That's right.
That is so cool. Yeah, we have, how many do we have in Utah? 5? 5 national parks in Utah. None of them very close to where Mr. Morgan and I live. All down at the south end of the state where it's really pretty and red. So thank you, and thank you again for coming.